Alright, welcome to Six Gun Guitars. This is the electric bass series of videos. In this video we're going to discuss how you make your own truss rod. I've been doing these for a long time now. I've had great success with them. I've put them in over 17 acoustic instruments before. Essentially it's just a piece of plain steel rod. This is a 3/16 inch diameter rod. It's 48 inches long. The truss rods that I'm making are based off of the Cumpiano book, which is called Guitar Making Tradition and Technology. I'm not getting paid anything for this, but it's a really good book. It's definitely worth the money. It covers a lot of stuff, including how to make your own truss rods. And like I said, I've been using their style of single action truss rod for a long time. It's only going to adjust the neck back against the pull of the strings, but it's using a double rod to do it, one to pull and one to push. So it's a very, very strong rod. And just with a quarter to a half a crank, you can really snap those strings right back against the fretboard. So it's a very, very strong rod. For the bass, I want about a 23-inch rod, so that way I can get almost all the way to the first fret if I leave 24 frets on the board, which is the plan. So just again, pick yourself up. This is Home Depot or Lowe's, a regular plain steel 3/4 inch rod, and it's unthreaded. That's really, really important. Definitely want it to be unthreaded. They're about $6 or $8. Actually, I think they're a little less than that. I think they're about $5 or $6. And also pick yourself up some corresponding little nuts. And these guys right here, they're designed to link threaded rods together. And these have a 1024 thread pattern in them. So on top of picking up those with a 1024 thread pattern, you also need to pick up a little wrench and a die that will cut a 1024 thread pattern on one of the ends, so that way when we put the nut on there it'll screw on really nicely. So there's that and that. And we're going to take you over to the bench and we'll show you the steps for making a truss rod. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do here with our rod, it's 48 inches long. And what I want to do is mark a spot almost in the middle, so that way when I fold it over on itself, it's going to wind up being about an inch longer on one end than the other. So the way to do that is to measure out 24 inches would be the middle. So if we measure 23.5 inches and put a mark right there, what's going to happen is when we double it over, we're actually going to have an inch longer on the one side, because the one rod is going to be a ½ inch longer, meaning when it doubles over it'll actually flip over an entire inch. So I went ahead and put my mark here, and what I'm going to do now is come along with just a regular square file, and I'm going to take right on this mark. I want to try to go directly down into it with the point here. So when you get it on there, you want to go right down with the point, perfectly perpendicular to it, and saw all the way through it. In the end, you want to have a gouge that's a nice V, that's even on both sides. You don't want to have it be flat on one side and kind of dinged in. You want to go straight down as you possibly can. And I usually go about halfway through the rod. Halfway is a good stopping point, just so when it's got a little bit of clearance, because when we bend this over, that little bit of V gouge is going to give us the clearance that we need to get that end as flat as we can. Because this is going to be the end that's out by the nut. So that's going to be the thinnest part of the neck. So we obviously want to get that as thin as possible so we don't have to dig it in very far when we do the truss rod route. And also that'll allow you to get your neck a little thinner without having to worry about breaking out of the other side. So we get a start on this notch here. Just going to go kind of nice and easy. Kind of check it as I go here. You can also clamp this down, which will help as well. And actually I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm just going to clamp this down real fast, and that'll help us out a lot here. This is moving around on me a little bit more than I'd want it to. You want to go ahead and check it from time to time. Make sure you're going in through straight and make sure that's not going too deep. Getting in there pretty good. And we're almost there. Alright, and it's about good. We're about halfway through. I'm actually going to clean up this side just a little bit more. Perfect. So now we're about halfway through. You can kind of see what that little notch looks like there. And what this is going to do is this is going to give us the clearance we need when we bend the rod over. So now we're getting to the fun part. Get out the blowtorch and we'll bend this rod.